Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to check out 10 mods you might have missed. The first mod I have for you is Filled Weapon Displays. This mod is similar to his armor mod I covered in my last mini mod video. It adds 16 new weapon display boards to decorate your settlements with. You can find them all located under the Decorations, Display, and Weapons Rack menu. And there's a board for nearly every weapon type, from pistols, heavy, melee, and even explosives. They look great, come with the correct ammo type, and can be used to make a settlement armory. You will need the Automatron and Far Harbor DLC to get all 16, but if you just have the base game, you only lose out on 2 boards, so the DLC really isn't required. xnjguy didn't stop weapons and armor displays though. He also made a mod that includes diner counters too. This mod adds 14 new counters for you to make some diners and restaurants. They're located under the Decorations, Miscellaneous, and a second Miscellaneous menu, and they come in thick or thin versions, along with 2 corner counters. These counters are packed to the brim, and you'll find food, booze, along with pots and pans. Hopefully someone can make a mod someday that actually adds squirrels and iguanas to the game, so crafting squirrel on a stick or iguana soup actually makes some sense. Now that your settlement is stocked full of food and display, you should check out the mod Commonwealth Livestock by Sirbalin. This mod allows you to build a ranch or farm filled with animals that all count as food sources. Now your settlers don't have to be vegetarians, and they can actually eat some real food. There's 6 different animals to craft, and they all take ball caps to make. This mod is still a work in progress though, and the author plans on adding butchering and breeding, along with a few quests. But as of right now, you can craft Brahmin, mole rats, and ragstags, and rad rabbits and rad chickens if you're in Far Harbor. Hangman's Alley Interior Apartment by Purple Radiation expands the Hangman Alley settlement to make it less claustrophobic. Now your settlers don't have to live in the streets and can actually have a roof over their head. The new apartment on the left has 4 open floors for you to build with, along with a few workbenches scattered around to get you started. The second new building includes a lobby area with a door to access the street outside. There's 2 small apartments, 1 small and 1 big upstairs. And there's also a nice sized penthouse on the top floor with your very own balcony that overlooks the city. Both of these buildings are fully nav meshed too, so your settlers won't get stuck on everything. And the nice thing about these 2 buildings is they don't look out of place either. More map markers adds 24 new map markers to your map, so you don't miss anything while you're in the wasteland. There's 16 unmarked locations, along with 9 unmarked merchants. A few of them are located in dangerous places, so don't be surprised if you come under attack once you spawn in. But he did place them a little bit further away from the landmark, so you won't get murdered right away. These new map markers are all hidden until you find them, and the best thing about this mod is adding all the new merchant map markers. I didn't even know this merchant right next to Sanctuary even existed, so I'm happy to have a mod that still lets me find new things after all this time of playing. Pet, call, and feed Dogmeat lets you treat your best friend like you should be treated. The first thing you can do is now pet him whenever you want. Just talk to Dogmeat, instead of being able to say never mind, you'll now see the option to pet him. Once you select that, you'll see one of 2 animations play. Petting Dogmeat makes him happy and gives him +1 luck for 4 minutes. The second option is to feed him treats. They're craftable over at the cooking station for 1 Brahmin steak, 1 box of sugar bombs, and 1 can of dog food. All you have to do is trade items with him. Place a treat into its inventory, and you'll eat it right up. This mod plays a custom sound, and the treats restore a little bit of health, along with giving him +1 strength and agility for 2 minutes.
Good boy.
Lastly, you'll be able to call and interact with Dogmeat from anywhere. There's 2 new items added, the dog leash and the dog toy, over at the chem station. Just hotkey either one to a favorite slot, select it whenever you want, and give them a command. It really is a handy mod to have, especially in combat, since now you can have them attack certain targets with just the press of a button. The power of add-on FatMan overhaul by Bagrus makes the FatMan the deadly weapon it should be. This mod adds the stats of both the FatMan and the Nuka grenade, along with adding some extra effects. The FatMan and Nuka mine now have double the damage and radius. The initial explosion ignores cover, there's a new blast wave heat effect that does 25 damage for 2 seconds, the impact zone is now irradiated for 60, and the impact throws 500 rads into anything that stands in its way. This mod fixes both of my complaints with the FatMan, by upping the initial damage for a bigger punch, along with not letting my enemies stand behind a wooden box to take no damage. Just remember before you download it that all this new carnage also applies to you too. So if you weren't scared of hearing a FatMan whistle before, you definitely will now. Orphans of the Commonwealth and Raider Children are 2 separate mods by Gift 2, but they're designed to be used together, so I'm going to include them as one. This mod adds 9 new boys and 9 new girls that arrive to your settlements via the radio beacon. He also placed them around Bunker Hill and Goodneighbor to give those two towns some more life. There's a 10 to 15% chance they'll show up, with an optional ESP to make it 30, and they work just like settlers. At night, they'll sleep in sleeping bags, ground mattresses, and double beds, and can be traded with and assigned jobs. They work best as farmers, and the only job they can't do is be guards or traders. You can purchase clothing for them off vendors, and they're immortal, so they can't die, unless you download his second mod. Raider Children adds 15 new Raider kids, with 10 different boys and 5 different girls. You will need to grab the mod Killable Children by Abba Loves You to make it work though. Right now there's 2 variations of clothing, and they level up your character so they can put up a decent fight. You can loot them for outfits to use in your kids back home, and while killing kids is the nicest thing in the world to do, this is Fallout after all. In the scheme of things, this mod makes a lot of sense. I would like to see an option added in the future though, that we could use the pacify perk on them, so I can bring them back to my settlements. It would add some nice gameplay mechanics, and give you a few more options on how to deal with them. I know this is a stupid complaint, but one of my biggest pet peeves about Fallout 4 is there's no ants. It just makes no sense to me. There are ants in New Vegas, and I see ants everywhere in Boston, yet they're nowhere to be found in Fallout 4. I've never seen a scorpion in Boston, yet they're everywhere, so why aren't there any ants, Bethesda? Well, I still don't have my ants, but we do get rad spiders now, so we're getting one step closer. The Rad Spider mod by MisterOverseer adds 10 different variations of spiders for you to kill in your travels. They come in a few different versions. There's normal ones, along with albino, queen, and glowing spiders. They're pretty much neutered rad scorpions, and they use the same textures and sound effects, but it definitely gets the job done. You can find these new spiders in 6 brand new locations, and you can come across them randomly in the wasteland. So along with getting something new to kill, you also get some new places to explore. This mod goes great with the FatMan overhaul mod I just showed off, and I finally have a use for my flamer. I covered the mod Better Third Rail in my last mini mod video, but now Mike999 has brought his skills outside the bar and into the streets. Better Goodneighbor does exactly as the name implies, by making it look better than ever. The streets are now lined with new decorations, there's more NPCs wandering the streets, there's brand new signs to give you a sense of direction, along with some custom made textures and unique vendors. The new vendors include the bank exchange, which will let you sell and buy pre-war money. There's a new chem dealer located in the center of town in a broken down APC. Along with the stage, you can buy some somewhat fresh meat from, and sell those paint cans in a cluttering inventory. This new shady drifter hiding in the corner sells weapons and ammo. And lastly, along the street, you can buy almost everything you can think of. Here you'll find merchants that sell junk, clothing, and food. And this mod sorta reminds me of Rivet City from Fallout 3, because everything you need is in one location. This is how I imagined Goodneighbor to be when I first showed up. A place that's inhabited by drifters who are just trying to get by. Goodneighbor has always been my favorite town, so I'm happy to see it finally get some much needed love. Hope you enjoyed the video guys. Let me know in the comments which mod's your favorite. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next showcase.